Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing the first of a few holiday glam looks. This is my first one of the year and I am going to be doing at least two more glam looks and at least one kind of spooky, more face painty based looks. So make sure you subscribe so you can see all of them. But today we are doing your kind of traditional soft glam look. So I'm going to start by filling in my eyebrows with a dark brown eyeshadow. I just got my hair done the day I filmed this, so it was super dark and amazing and perfect, and I wish it could be this dark all the time. I feel like once you start dyeing your hair black, it's like when you dye your hair blonde, like it's never dark enough. Like for blondes, it's never light enough until it's like white, white, white. And for people who dye their hair black, it's like it's never black enough. That's how I feel. But if you do have dark hair and you've never had to fill in your eyebrows dark, I suggest going 2 shades lighter than your hair. Otherwise, it's a little bit too dark. And if this is your first time doing your makeup after you go blonde, I recommend going 2 shades darker. So for the eyes, I'm just going to prime them like normal with my usual concealer and then blend all of that out with a sponge. Just give myself a nice even base. Make sure you don't have any little patchy bits because the color will stick there more than other places. And then I just set all of this with a skin tone shade. This is just to give me a base for something to blend into. Now I'm going to go in with a lighter color than the one I just used to set everything. This is more of like a white base color, where the other one was obviously more taupey and cream for me. And this is just to highlight our brow bone. You can go super, super highlighted and do a matte, like stark white, but I prefer to do a little bit of a softer color today. Now going in with a pencil brush, I'm going to start defining our crease with this transition color. I would say this is kind of a peanut buttery shade if you don't have the exact palette that I'm using. It's just one I got from TJ Maxx. That's kind of like a neutral palette. So any sort of like peanut buttery light brown, I would say stick to your warm shades for this. I went very gold, very warm tone. So you want a little bit of that lighter tan brown, not something taupey. So after I laid all this out in the crease with my pencil brush, I went in with a fluffy angled brush and just blended this out. And then I went back in with that same pencil brush and the next shade darker, so literally just the next shade down in the row on the palette, and started darkening that crease so that we have some definition. That transition color we laid down first is simply just to help us blend between that stark white and this kind of taupey, burnt orangey brown. Sorry, not taupey, but like burnt orangey brown. I know Too Faced used to have a palette that had like peanut buttery colors in it, and that's kind of the same color that I'm talking about. If you know, it was like the peanut butter and jelly palette. Think that kind of warm, soft, like just like toasted colors. I wanted this to just be very warm because my shirt is kind of a warm red, so I wanted to go with that. Then on the lids, I did a classic gold foiled shadow. You could wet your brush and this will be even more intense, but I'm just using my brush dry, and this is how sparkly and intense this shadow went on as I was packing it on. It was so beautiful. I loved it so much. I really love gold for like the holidays. I mean, obviously it's a very classic holiday color, but I think just like golds and silvers together look so pretty. So I added some glitter glue to the inside of my eyelid. This is from NYX. It's one of my favorite glitter adhesives. I use it all the time for stage makeup. And then speaking of silver, I put a little bit of silver glitter on the inner corner. Now for some people, this is a lot of glitter. For me, this is just a little. It's just a little extra sparkle. I have so much glitter and I have been neglecting that drawer in my makeup collection for far too long. So you guys are going to get like a super glittery packed Christmas. And then of course, I just had to do a classic winged eyeliner. I don't think I'll ever give up doing winged eyeliner ever. For me, it's timeless and classic. I know some people say it's played out, but if it's a part of old Hollywood makeup, like I'm probably gonna do it. I love just how it elongates the eyes. It draws so much focus to your eyes, and with the way we use eyeshadow now, with like so much work going into all that blending, I want people to look at it. I don't care what other parts of my face they look at. So after I got my wings on, I did curl my lashes just because I think with these false lashes I'm going to put on, curling your own lashes makes them look a lot better. And then, of course, I added a bunch of mascara to really fan out my lashes and make sure I got all the way on the inner corner and all the way on the outer corner. Then I used my Undone 4-in-1 serum stick for my skin prep and just blended that in with a clean face sponge. This works as a primer and hydration and a serum and basically all the things you need to have a super dewy finish to your makeup, which is what I wanted today. And then I went in with the Pretty Fresh foundation from ColourPop. I really like this stuff. I hadn't touched it in a while, and then I went back to it, and I forgot how hydrating this is and how good it looks on the skin. This has hyaluronic acid in it, I'm pretty sure. Their shade range is pretty good, and they also make this as a tinted moisturizer, and my mom uses that, and she really loves it. It's the same kind of thing, just less coverage. I prefer the foundation because I like a higher coverage. I used to do like full coverage, if you guys remember that back in the day, if you've been here for a while. So I've lightened up a little bit, but now I'm going to go in with concealer and add more coverage. So I went under my eyes, very classic triangle shape, and then of course did the exclamation point on the nose for the highlight, a triangle on the forehead, and a triangle on my chin to do that just full contour highlight glam. And I even did a little bit of jaw highlight as well, just because this shade is a little bit warm for my summer look. Or sorry, it is my summer shade, so for winter I lighten it a little bit with the concealer on the high points, and it kind of takes some of the work out of contouring for me, and then I don't have to use a super dark liquid contour because I am quite pale, and in the winter I get even paler. So once I was done blending out all that concealer, I just went in with my powder and set it, just tapping it along so that there was no streaks and no patchy bits. I've just started using powder again. I know, like did the great makeup clean out for the year and found all this stuff, and I'm like, you know what, I need to be using this. So then I went in and did my contour, just a little bit on the back half of my cheeks, and started blending upwards. This is a different technique than I normally do, and I really liked the way it looked, so I think I will keep it up. But this is just a lot of blending until it looks the way I want it to, and then down each side of the nose. Nothing crazy here. I just wanted a little bit of extra definition and to make the nose not look so starkly highlighted. Then I went in with this orange powder blush. I think this is an old Makeup Geek one. Yes, it's that old, but it still works really well. And I just made sure to blend that out really well. And I also went over it with my makeup sponge because it was super bright compared to the way I wanted this to look. I just wanted a cute little natural flush, and it turned into these very orange cheeks. So I definitely wanted to cool it down a little bit. Then for highlight, I went in with the Makeup Revolution or Revolution Makeup triple baked highlighter. I think it's like Goddess of Love is the name of it. It comes in a cute little heart-shaped box. I think this is such a pretty pink based highlight. So I put that on and then just added a little bit of that brown we used in the crease the second time under my eyes just to add a bit more definition and just a little bit of a smoky look. Not a lot, just a little. I feel like under the eye, when you add that, it just brings the look together. So I threw on my natural lashes from Kiss, and then I set everything down with my MAC Fix Plus, and then went in for the lips. For me, my red lip is always a multi-step process. So I went in with my brightest red lipstick that I have, and very carefully went in, did this. If I had a red lip liner, I would use that first. However, I am all out of red lip liner, and I have not replenished it because it's been a hot minute since I did a red lip. So I went in very carefully and tried to kind of line and fill in my lips with this lipstick. It's such a pretty shade. It's so vibrant and bright, and I think it looked really good with the shirt I was wearing. But this lipstick goes on so smooth, and just, I miss wearing red lips on a constant basis. I used to go through red lipstick so much when I had my old job. And then on top of that is one of my absolute favorite reds. This is an Elizabeth Arden, and it is this dark shimmery red. It has gold shimmer in it. I just put that in the middle, and then of course added a Revlon red gloss over top. I will say this gloss is kind of sticky, but it's an amazing color. So this is what it ended up looking like when it was all done. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.